All right, go. Y'all ready? Welcome to Lil Tea Tme. Oh yeah. Welcome to Lil Tea Tme. Who's listening? Welcome to Lil Tea Tme. All right. Welcome to my little, welcome to my little, welcome to my little, welcome to Lil Tea Tme. Welcome to Lil Tea Tme. All right. And all right. And all right. All right. How y'all doing, everybody? It is I, Jarek, aka Jarius your favorite published author, and welcome to a little tea time. Y'all, it is Friday, July the 15th, and we are rounding out the shows for this week, which have been my birthday shows. So I am again grateful to have y'all tune into the shows this week while I've been celebrating my birthday with you guys. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be here with you guys this week, celebrating all week. So, with that being said, I am going to get into tonight's show. Got to send shout outs to Bigelow Perfect Peach for the tea that's in my cup tonight. Definitely want to encourage you guys to get into some Bigelow Perfect Peach the way that I have. I encourage you to do the same. Right? Now, on to today's word of the day. If I can get a quick sip in. Ooh, perfect. Now, the tea's a little hot, so I gotta let that cool. Tonight's word of the day. Today's word of the day is sternutation. 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 Sternutation is a noun from the Latin 16th century, and it means the act of sneezing. The act of sneezing. So, if you see someone in sternutation, they are in the act of sneezing, and you should bless them. See how I just used that for today's word of the day? You guys incorporate sternutation into your English language speaking vocabulary. All right? Now, song of the week is definitely winding down with my girl, my fave R&B artist from the 90s, Miss Aaliyah Houghton with I Care For You. I am such a fan of her music. I miss her so much. And tonight to have her song as Song of the Week has been an honor for me. And just continuing to just give her all of the energy that I have. So I definitely want to encourage you guys, if y'all are fans of Aaliyah the way that I am, do not hesitate to turn on I Care For You, vibe to it, get into it. All right? Now, got to get into these promotions because we got to continue to promote. So, you guys, I need y'all to get over to SaucySoniaSpices.com and use my coupon code ALilTeaTime, one word, and receive 5% off of your purchases when you use that coupon code. Do not hesitate to also check out her cookbook, Chef Saucy's Spy Ass Cookbook, available right now on SaucySoniaSpices.com. So y'all get over there and check them out, all right? Now, got to continue to promote these music artists. Shout outs to Willie Loke and Dizzy D with their Single Man Cry. Still such a fan of what they're doing because they come from where I come from. I grew up with these fellas. And I know that the music that they are giving y'all is quality music. They are speaking to what it is like to lose a loved one or a friend. So if you are fans of them the way that I am friends of them, y'all shout them out in the streets. let them know that Jarek is over here promoting Man Cry on the Lil Tea Time. So do not hesitate to get into that music, all right? Shout outs to Sweet Nay. I know that she's also working on some things, and I'm just such a fan of what she's doing that I want to continue to promote her music here on the Lil Tea Time. So if y'all have not yet had the opportunity to check out Thick Thigh, y'all do not hesitate to go and check out the new music with her and celebrate your thickness, ladies and gentlemen. Celebrate your thickness, right? So y'all get into it. Shayna D Music is also working on some great things, and I am such a fan of what she's doing right now. We had an opportunity to hang out with her this week, and to hear her do Pack It Up live was such a honor and a pleasure for me. So Shayna D Music, sis, keep putting it down. Shout out to everybody in the Wolf Pack. I love you guys. Woo! Also, Above Ground from Ego Tripping and Official Patience is also doing some great numbers. So y'all do not hesitate to get into Above Ground with them. Shout outs to Ego Tripping with his singles right now. Also climbing. Check out Ricochet. Check out Never Promise Tomorrow and Fake Friends, all out now. And today he dropped a new single entitled Nothing to Play With. So shout outs to Ego Tripping with that new single that he just released today. Y'all get into Nothing to Play With. Check out the music. And if y'all are following him, definitely give him some hearts, give him some likes. Check out the music right now, out today. Nothing to Play With is available out today. So y'all get into that, all right? Now, gotta continue to send shouts out to Miss Marsha 318 with her single Better Days, also climbing right now. I'm such a fan of what she's doing that I'm gonna continue to push and promote and clout this music. So do not hesitate to get out there and check out Better Days, available right now on Spotify. On to Miss Nisa Murray with her single Love Me Not. If y'all have not yet heard Love Me Not, I definitely want to encourage you guys to get out there, tune into it, check out the music, and vibe out, right? Also going to continue to promote Mr. Brown Wolf new single that dropped on my birthday this past Wednesday. It's entitled I'm Hot. If y'all have not yet heard it, I have been sharing it in today's promotion for today's show. So it is definitely out there. Y'all can go and check out the music right now. And shout out to Brown Wolf and everybody in the Wolf Pack, right? Now, on to Miss Mimsy MC, also doing great things with her music. I know that she has some things coming up that I'm going to be doing some more research on to come back and share with you guys here on a Lil Tea Time. So y'all stay tuned for everything from Miss Mimsy MC. And if y'all have not yet gotten booked for Ratchet City Music Fest, you don't want to miss that. So y'all get ready for Ratchet City Music Fest coming up very soon. On to Jay Signs with his single Dusty Guitar, also doing some great things. Shout out to him. I know that he's also working on some things, so y'all stay tuned. And he's definitely gonna be one of those artists to be on the lookout for. So y'all stay tuned for Mr. Jay Signs. And finally, my final music artist to promote tonight is Wanky with her single Crunk. I know that she also has some new music coming, and if y'all have not yet gotten into it, you definitely want to get into it. So you can check out these artists that I have mentioned all at iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. You can also check them out on their Facebooks and their Instagrams. You can also check them out on YouTube. So get over there and check out the music. Now, on to Things with Handbasket Zine. Tomorrow is the final day for those submissions. So LGBTQIA plus writers, you do not want to miss your opportunity to get your work submitted by tomorrow to handbasketzine@gmail.com. This is going to be their final issue number 13, No Place Like Home. And you can submit your essays on your hometown, your state, and the memories that you have of that for this particular issue. And I am so excited about the future of Handbasket Zine. I know that this will be their final issue, so you don't want to miss that opportunity to have that work submitted for the final issue of Handbasket Zine. There's no place like home. Issue number 13, ASAP. Get it in ASAP. Right? James Joffrin, such a fan of what he's doing right now with his acting workshops. I know that he now has more students enrolled. In July the 25th, he will be starting classes with the acting workshop. So if you have not yet gotten enrolled in James Joffrin's acting workshop, do not miss your opportunity to get in on that workshop. So get in on that acting workshop with James Joffrin. You can hit him up on Facebook and or Instagram today. Right? Now, gotta continue to send shout outs to Miss Nisa Issa Rae being nominated with an Emmy for Outstanding Leading Actress in a Comedy for Insecure. I'm such a fan of what she's doing right now, and I just got to continue to shout her out and just continue to send her congrats. Sis, you keep doing your thing. You are for the culture, you are for the movement, and let's continue to promote this work. So, congrats to you. Now, on to the events. Shout out. Kinky Boots is now showing for their second day today. If you have not yet gotten your tickets, you definitely want to get out there and check those tickets out. They will be at the Marjorie Lyon Playhouse at Centenary College. The tickets are available right now online, and the dates are also available. So do not miss your opportunity to get your tickets for Kinky Boots, a new musical, right? Um, happening tomorrow. Happening tomorrow, the ISIS Papers Book Club at the Colored Bookstore at 2007 Centenary Boulevard. If y'all are able to get out there tonight, definitely go and get out there, check out the event, and get into it. I plan to be in attendance for this particular event. So I would love to see other members of the community to get out there and promote this event, to be a part of the event, to come out and gather the history and the knowledge. So do not miss it. Tomorrow, 2007 Centenary Boulevard, the Colored Bookstore, right? Also going down tomorrow is the Art Tipsy Fix Your Crown paint going down at Art Tipsy. If you have not yet gotten prepared for that, you definitely still have time to get prepared for it. Do not miss your opportunity to be in the building for that event. So y'all stay tuned for that as well. And finally, Yazzie Jams to the 90s, Saturday, July the 30th at 7 p.m. at the Riverview Theater, that's 600 Clyde Fant Parkway, will be featuring jazz singer Stephanie Jordan. If you have not yet gotten your tickets, definitely want to get your tickets for that. And they are asking when you book to please come dressed in your 90s best for the event. So do not miss that event also. And stay tuned. We have more shows coming up starting next week. So we do not want to miss the shows next week. Now, today is a birthday to someone out there in the universe who follows and watches a Lil Tea Tme, because I have no Facebook followers who are celebrating birthdays today. So if you are celebrating a birthday today and I was not able to shout you out, happy birthday to you, and you. I hope that you have a great birthday today. I hope that you celebrate. Stay safe and stay well. Mwah. Love you guys. And now, with that being said, I am ready to introduce tonight's guest. His name is Mr. Max Karl Grimm. He is a talented actor that I got the opportunity to meet and chat with while we were a part of James Joffrin's acting workshop. So if he is ready, I am about to bring him in from the Raptures. We're gonna get into tonight's show. And shout out to my viewers who are tuning in. If you are tuning in, please like, comment, and share tonight's show. Perfect.
It's you're brilliant. Thank you. Birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Welcome to a little tea time.
Thank you. Let me.
All right. I can hear you a little bit, but your volume is a little down.
Okay. Is that working?
Perfect. All right. So Max, it's so good to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
So good to see you again. It's been a while since we've had a moment to see each other. The last I saw you, we were doing James Joffrey's acting workshop,
Yeah.
and you were one of the mentors in that workshop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, I thought you were going to say something.
Okay.
But it's so great to have you here on a little tea time, and you've been a person that I've been studying and kind of getting to know from your page. So let's dive right in, Mr. Max. Can I call you Maximum? You sound like you'll be a great Maximum.
Sure.
Okay, Maximum. Oh, because Maximum Magazine is what come to mind when I see Max.
Okay.
So Maximum, can you tell my viewers about yourself?
Sure. Um. I guess. My name is Max Karl. Basically, I guess the brief is about creative acting style, which I once had actually started. I've been. I got involved in theater and acting when I was about 9 years old. Did it for heavily involved with us. Um, but with and documented show when I was in college, and got the chance to work with some gifted middle school kids as like a gifted art school program. And then it was like I love I loved but when you
Max, your sound is muffled and choppy.
were okay,
We
okay,
can hear you, but you're in and out.
okay. Um, 1 second.
Okay.
Let's try that. Okay, it's better. I'm getting
Your volume is not loud. We can hear you, but we cannot hear you as much.
okay. So I'm not trying. Oh, how about if I just take that?
Okay. I'm not sure, but it's I can hear you, but we can barely hear you.
Okay.
You're coming in great. It's just the sound, so
Okay.
it's muffled.
Okay. Is it better? Is it better this way?
We'll make it work. We can make it work.
Okay, good. Good.
Um, no
Um,
problem at all.
okay. Yeah. No, basically, I got, I mean, for research, teaching is like, uh, my wife and I actually met other people, um, and so we are later. Uh, and we just that our efforts, uh, co-conspirator, uh, with, with daughters, and both involved in acting, um, and, things going on with that right now that I can't talk about, but it's all, um, but beyond that, we start, I've done a lot of things. I was I was a chef for a really long time. I've been a I still paint. I write a lot of poetry, things of that nature. And but I mean, to me personally, when we're and all of a sudden you see the light bulb go on over somebody's head, that is the greatest feeling in the world. That's just the greatest thing. And we taught, young ones, we taught older people, we taught people of no interest in acting, had some sales reps, we've had people running for local office that have wanted, just to get up and be able to, speak better, communicate clearly. And then there's people who they just plain they don't have any interest in being an actor, however, but they just because the way we run these classes, there's so much of like the spirit of play and of playmaking, and there's so much, and there's gameplay. And I say to everybody, it's kind of like, really everybody can, at some point or other, we were all kids and we were all playing make believe, and really, we've had people come into this, and it's just it's therapeutic for them to come in and just play and just pretend to be other people. And those are some of the greatest things to, those are some of the greatest folks to have in there. Um, but what actually happened is my wife, just totally accidentally, stumbled into a place called Acting Out Studios. I began to for a sales job, and came across the Acting Out Studios, started talking with them, and they said, "Do you want to come in?" And he goes, "Yeah." Um, and so she was doing that, and they had about 12 students. COVID came along, totally shut everything down. They went onto Zoom. They went from 12 students to 20. And I said, so I was talking with her boss, and he said, "Would you be interested in?" I'm like, really? Me? Yes, please. And since then, in the last, I want to say about 6 or 8 months, we've had about 500 students.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming. And we just a couple of weeks ago, we actually had our first live classes. We were summer, and we got high schoolers, got to teach, little ones and everybody in between. And it was just so cool to finally get back in front of people like that. So,
Yes.
um,
Congratulations.
thank you, thank you. It's you know, you, I just, especially when you're working with kids, you really tend to remember why you do this in the first place, and just, but to see people in general when they just come in, and, and people are shy and they're reticent to jump in and things like that. And then after a little while, I mean, they're just all over the place. And it's kind of like,
Yes.
I just love seeing people from where they start and their progress as they go. And it's so rewarding. It's so humbling. uh, And there's the thing that when the student is ready to take for years, the reverse is very much. I learned so much. I learned so much. And I'm so humbled, so grateful. To do it. And of all the crazy things, getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So much loving getting paid for it is just it, gravy and everything. I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
I have to share this with you
Hmm.
because I wasn't able to share it then, but I am able to share it now.
Hmm.
Once we were finished with James Joffrin's acting workshop,
Hmm.
the week after, I actually got to be a part of a actual film.
I love it. I
Um,
love
I I'm gonna have a just an extra part in the film The Blind.
it. Hmm.
So
Excellent.
when you get to see it, just check for the leather brown hat.
Okay.
Um,
Into that again.
The Blind.
The blonde. Okay.
TheBlInd. I'm about to mess that up. BLIND. The Blind.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
And literally the week after we wrapped up and we graduated from his workshop, That Monday, I got to be a part of the filming for that. So I spent the day on their set with them while they were filming, and I couldn't say anything about it until after we were done. But I was able to contact James and let James know, and I was like, I'm gonna save it for when we do the interview, and I was gonna share that with you because you are actually one of the mentors while we were in that workshop, and I took a lot of the critiques that you gave me and that you gave to the other actors in training. I took a lot of those critiques and I applied all of that into going into doing that actual part. And
Mhm.
I gotta thank you for that because
You're welcome.
technically I was one of your students for a day,
I
and
love that.
I got to take the information that you gave us and I got to apply that. So thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for saying that. I mean, you know, that's why you, that's why I do this, for things like that. I thank you for saying that. It makes me feel, you remember why you do like this. Because it can be a rather, because there's so many things that go the whole process, that you can get very distracted from why you do this in the first place.
Yes. So I'm going to get into the next question.
Mhm.
When you're not acting and teaching acting,
Mhm.
what do you do for fun?
For fun. Aside from chasing my cats around, I've been doing yoga for about 30 years.
Wow.
Um, yeah, it's the thing that I think is really has kept me together and in one piece all the. Um, I love to hike. I was out actually hiking today. I had most of the day off. I love to swim. Um, I was a chef for years. I mean, I love to cook for my family and friends. I'm kind of over and done with the, cooking for 100 people a day. Um, that's exhausting, but I still, I still love cooking. Still have the passion for it. I still write a lot of poetry, and painting, photography. I've not been as active in the visual art world in quite a while, but I actually did have some solo shows years ago and group shows. And I was very involved in that. And, I mean, I was actually drawing before I love that. So that's basically, that's me.
Got it. Staying very active. Staying
Definitely,
very, that's
definitely.
great. It keeps your mind going, it keeps your body going, it keeps you fresh,
Yeah.
and it keeps you on your toes. So I love that you're staying very active. Gotta, I've been active myself this summer, but
Mm.
you, my friend, you have been very active.
I try. I don't sit still very well. I don't. If I don't have something going on, I tend to look for something to, you yeah, yeah, I found really for actors in general is to have as many outside interests outside of acting. It just makes you it there's a term, the actors, it just doing these things that have nothing to do with acting. It makes you a more layered, uh, more nuanced, um, an actor. Uh,
Yes.
and I work on voice quite a bit. Voice is really the thing that's drawn me to it, more so than anything. In fact, if I will share a story if you don't mind. Um, I, Up until I was 15 years old, I had I had a really bad stutter. I'm not sure if it mentioned this when I was in class, but until I was old, I stuttered so bad, um, I actually quit talking for a while. Uh, and it was not. I mean, it sounded like. I mean, it was bad. I got bullied. I got beaten up. They thought I was developmentally damaged or whatever. And then somewhere along the way, I finally got into speech therapy, and the therapist was talking about diaphragmatic support. and breathing and articulation, all that sort of thing. All of a sudden, my went away. And then years later, I got into college. I started doing theater. One of the best classes I ever had in any school ever. I had a voice for the class, and it was very classical. It was very, a lot of Shakespeare and stuff like that. And my coach or my teacher was up there, talking about, breathing down to your diaphragm and projecting with your voice and all that sort of thing. And I'm
Yeah.
standing there thinking, this is exactly what my speech therapist taught me. This is it's the same thing.
Yes.
There was a point, and I just dove into acting. And at one point, I got cast in a big production of Drink, and I was the. It was we were playing for about 400 people a night,
Wow.
and we got standing ovation every single night. And it occurred to me one night, I was just coming off stage from a curtain call, that I was just like, this is the kid who used to stutter. This is the kid who couldn't speak. And it's like, and I remember that moment, just walking off stage, being so cathartic and so healing, and so able to put that where it belongs.
Hmm.
And I'm so grateful.
The underdog story.
Yeah, yeah,
The underdog story. I love the underdog story. I love it
yeah.
because underdogs, and I say we because I consider myself the underdog as
Mm,
well. And underdogs, we fight with everything we have
mhm,
to rise to the top and overcome our adversities and overcome our trauma and overcome our past. And to hear your story,
mhm.
inspiring. Thank you so much
Oh,
for your
thank you.
transparency.
You know, um, yeah, that's and what I do actually is, it's every class I teach at some point or other, I do tell that story. And my wife was telling me that when we had, when we were kids, um, she said that when you were telling that story and when you were kind of demonstrating what my like at that point, um, like all these kids who were, being kids and running around. That was actually one of the first symptoms. Like everybody shut up and they see, you, because I'm like 6'3", and I got a bunch of tattoos, and I got long hair and a beard and all of that stuff. But she's like, and here's this person who looks like this, talking about being bullied, all of that. Like the kids at that point, I talked to them up and respectful, and I'm just, you know, I'm just.
Love that. So I am going to get into the next question. What inspired you to develop your idea to be an actor?
Love, love. It's. I think, one of the things that always brings me back to is the psychology of it, and the whole idea of walking with another person, even if it's a fictitious character, and sometimes playing characters who you don't necessarily like, or
Hmm.
that characters that you might even necessarily wouldn't want to hang out with them. But when you do that, you gain empathy and an understanding and a compassion. And if I can get that in the world in the form of like storytelling, that's what I want to do. That's why I feel like that's why I'm here. And if I didn't do this, um, I would be greatly myself and be for the world.
Love that. I got to get into some of these comments in the comment section because we have viewers who are tuning in. And Kenya Braids says, congratulations on your success. James Joffrin is actually tuning in.
What's up,
Hey,
dude?
James, it's good to see you watching. Thank you for tuning in. And James says, love this smiley face. So I'm just happy that he's tuning in. One of my acting coaches. He's tuning in tonight, so I'm very happy that he's tuning in. The next question is, how did you decide when to establish your brand and your company?
That's kind of a mutual thing. I share that with my wife also.
Mhm.
She actually works in like corporate nonprofits for like years, and it just, you know, we just got to the point where it's like we had so many students, and one of the students, because we were teaching, and we still do actually for a thing called Acting Out Studios, and they primarily do demo reels, and it's like a video calling card for people who do their monologues and then pres- present them. And I think about to answer your question, I think it came to the point where we teach very specific with those classes. It's a very specific context, and somebody said to me, like, I know you guys are really limited with what you, but all the stuff you try to put in classes and with like voice work, improvisation, work, and character analysis, all this stuff. It's like if you didn't have parameters with it, you could so much. You did stuff on your own, and that's, I guess, pretty much when this whole thing started to morph and fruition, and things like that.
Okay, I can appreciate that. I'm gonna kind of dive off the transcript real quick and ask you a question. If there were five actors that you could work with, who would those five actors be?
Bryan Cranston,
Oh yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito. I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan, so but you know, I realize he's not with us anymore, but Sir John Gielgud.
Hmm.
Um, you know, I mean, there's so many. Why are you gonna make me think about this? But I know I'm gonna give you the answers, and then I'm gonna go, oh, said that. But but Sir John Gielgud, such a class act, such a gosh, and again, somebody else I know is not with us anymore. James Gandolfini,
Oh yeah.
Tony Soprano. I mean, that I just during the watch, we went back and rewatched every episode of The Sopranos. I'm like, that man was flawless. That man was incredible. And I guess you know, Meryl Streep,
Oh yeah.
and
Yep. That's Prada.
now that I've said five, I'm gonna go. Oh, who said that? This person. But yeah.
Yes. I fell in love with acting because I wasn't doing it, but when I got into it, I fell in love with acting. I didn't realize like how good it feels to dive into being that character. And you kind of elaborated on it, but I'm just kind of going in myself now. Um, I didn't realize that acting is not just using your voice and knowing those lines.
Hmm.
It's also using your face
Hmm.
and your body and your hands. It's everything that you do.
Hmm.
And sitting on the set for when we were doing The Blind and when I was doing the piece that I was also part of, because I also was in a play called Electra. Also, shout out to Sherry Gray.
Okay. Very good.
And I was also in a series on YouTube entitled hashtag Situationships.
Okay. I'm
Um,
gonna write that down.
yes, when you go and check out hashtag Situationships, I am in episode 8.
Okay.
And it was just such a blessing and an honor to do those films and those pieces because I was just using my face. My face was my talent.
Hmm.
And it was just amazing to be in a room with actors doing what they love and
Hmm.
seeing how you can take something so profound and bring it to life.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding when you see that final piece
Hmm.
And when we were doing the premieres for Electra and for Situationships, especially for Electra, because Electra was technically my first project, and the comments that kept coming in, everyone was like, "Jarek, you stole the show. Your face stole the show. My gestures, because I couldn't speak, so I had to go off of everyone's movements and their sounds, and I had to react.
Hmm.
So I was super dramatic and over the top. But then when I saw the finished product, I understood why I was beginning to get the comments that I did, and it made me appreciate it more. And I was like, okay, maybe I can do this.
Hmm. Yeah,
Maybe I can do this.
yeah, you
And
can.
I then just started taking it serious. And then came hashtag situationships, where I was also an extra in that, and it was so good to be on the set with them. Shout out to Christy Woodard and Sayla. If y'all get a chance to watch the show, they did an amazing job with that. And um, I gotta tell the story because I have to tell the story.
Hmm.
We were literally about to start filming, and everyone, we were doing introductions, and we were going through introductions, and I was just trying to be the humble guy in the back, and I wasn't here there for like the super attention. And then when my name was called, and someone's like, "Y'all don't know who that is," and they made it like a huge deal. I was like, "No!" But in that moment, the director, Christy Woodard, she gave me a chance just to get extra camera time for
Hmm.
the filming, and it was just me using my face
Hmm.
in that, and didn't realize like, okay, second time this is happening. And then here we are in 2022, and I found out about the blind literally the week that they were filming,
Hmm.
and went to a birthday party and networking at a birthday party, which was a 70s themed birthday party, and ended up talking to the director who was filming the actual movie. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I need to go home. And showed up to the set the next day, and it was a 70s film that we were filming.
Hmm.
Blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. And um, I was in awe because I didn't realize like that I was going to end up getting extra camera time in that. And it was just me just doing extra work behind the scenes, but it was just the fact that I had the time to go through training with Cherie Gray and with James and with you. It showed me, okay, I'm right where I'm supposed to be in my life. And I just gotta just thank y'all, because y'all are showing me that maybe I can do this.
Yes, you can. Yes, I mean, the thing I'll say is stick around acting long. What will actually happen is that you will touch people's lives in ways that you never planned, ways that
Mhm.
you never, you will meet people and you'll be put into situations that will you could not have planned in a million years.
Yes.
Um, I mean, I one thing to tell you, to, quick story about that. One of the when I started with, we had this one young man really well. He's gotten in some movies, he's got some commercials. But when they were in the class, and his mom would always be just off camera, um, there's I think older son, who I believe drug overdose, wound up in jail, and it was the family was devastated. And the mother started texting, said, you guys in your act are the only thing that.
Hmm.
And then in the middle of all this, she gets into a car accident and has a concussion and actually loses. And Then she said, I'm doing the voice exercise I've been doing in class. Because of this, I get my speech back. And I'm like, yeah, Um, and I have to say also, we had just about, I guess, 6 weeks ago, we actually had our first, through Acting Out Studios, we had our first actual live premiere in an actual real movie theater. And we met about 100 of our students like all at once,
Mm,
not a little Zoom round. And we had one older guy, and he did this really funny monologue. And he said, so we met him, and he was going on about, I really want to meet you guys and I shake hands and all of this and give you hugs. And so we met the guy, and we're just, clapping each other on the back and saying all these nice things. And he goes away, and his wife, his two daughters, his mom, and I want to say it was like a cousin or something like that. They all walked up to my wife and I, and they said, because of you guys, he has had a focus. Because of the focus given him, he's now been sober for 15 months.
wow.
And I went, that was that. I think that day my wife and I like cried 3 times. But we
Yes.
that story, and I was like, oh my God, that's
Changing lives.
yeah, yeah,
Changing lives.
yeah.
We don't realize that our gifts make room for us. The people we come in contact with,
Mhm.
we don't know the impact that we're having on people's lives. And again, I don't take it light because I didn't realize like all of what I was going to be doing. I'm just a singer and a published author. I didn't see me starting to get into acting, but when I got into it, it became something that I was passionate about because I wanted to see how we can change people's lives
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and seeing how they interact with us just on that screen.
Hmm.
We really have a responsibility to the world to share our stories, to talk about what's going on in the world. And when we take on these characters and take on these stories,
Hmm.
we have a duty to do these parts and these stories justice.
Yeah.
And hearing what you're saying, it's tying it all together. It's tying the loose ends of people's lives together.
Hmm. Well, I mean, storytelling is as old as mankind. I mean,
Yes.
this goes back to, you know, the shaman, going and, everybody's sitting around the fire and the whole village is sitting around the fire and stories are being, and it's as old as mankind, but at the same time, like, it's playing make believe. It's being a kid again, because I mean, the thing is, like, if you walk up to a little kid and say, okay, you're, you're going to be afraid, the first thing they do is go, there's no filter. There's no, am I going to look like an idiot doing this? No, none of that. They just dive right into it. And I mean, since I've kind of ever gotten, they teach me so much about how this stuff really works. You
Mhm.
know, um, yeah. No, as I say, I'm grateful and I'm humble to be doing this.
Yes. The next question is, how have your priorities changed since you started your business?
That I saw that's an interesting question. I mean, really, at the end of the day, my priorities are my wife and my daughters. Absolutely everything else in life is second, you know. Um, but as far as how my priorities go, it's like, I really try to practice what I preach. I work on my voice a lot. I do a lot of research. I do a lot of study. I try to, like, when I was in school, the thing that I didn't want to just be one kind of actor. I wanted to know how to do kabuki theater. I wanted to do mime. I wanted to be, which I was at one point. I wanted to do this stuff. I wanted to have the broadest vocabulary possible. And now that I'm, once to 10, it's the 10 I can bring up vocabulary, but it's not, it's not, how to do a dark accent. I'll be stuck back there. rest of my life. Like, so as far as my priorities, I don't know that so much, but just to practice what I preach, and you know, and to really, it would be very easy this stuff to get this narcissist, diva, and all of that stuff, and I don't have for that. I can be the most patient person in the world. I can be the nicest person in the world, but the whole diva thing does not fly with me. Who you are, I don't care what I don't. And I try to, and so many people have come up with this, and they have said so many nice. They've gotten so many good reviews. We've got, people have been so kind and so gracious and so vocal to us in their gratitude, what they've learned and how they've applied it. I just try to, I think the main priority is just say, just keep learning and be humble and be grateful. And just when I have the opportunity to get up and speak, don't phone it. I've seen enough people do that. And another, I'll tell you, as far as priorities go, I think we really have to, because I remember, particularly when I was a lot younger, um, I remember a couple of acting teachers when they, younger. But I've seen some acting coaches be brutal to the point of cruelty. To just tear some, to tear people down, to get them up on stage, make them look like an act, humiliate them, and for the life of me, I cannot understand what point that makes. How does that make it better? It doesn't. And
Hmm.
so I try to come across with this, you know, that kind of that, and that's a big priority.
Yes, I think humility is definitely a great trait to have, especially in acting, because you have to remain a human and remember that we are all students in this
Yeah,
big world of this trade of acting.
yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart.
You better have a thick.
Yes,
If you're going to get out there and you're really going to do this stuff, you're going to get you will get shot down.
yes,
And there are some people, I don't know why, but it seems so. I think back to Mahatma Gandhi said something to the effect of it's not, I'm paraphrasing, but it's one of the sad parts of that when people, rather than making themselves a better person, they have to put other people around them down, so that perceptually they don't get to where they other people are.
hmm,
I see that a lot, and it happens in all walks of life, but it does help. It does come across in acting quite a bit.
yeah. I've had this conversation a couple of days ago with some people that I've been working with. Your attitude determines your altitude.
Mhm.
And if you are in the business of stepping on people, you're not going to last long. And that's in any area, in any field.
Yeah, it's I don't because I could say I've been put through the ringer more than once.
Hmm.
Uh, and I'm going to be hitting 60 years old this year, and let's just say I've been through it. We came up, because we're from Miami, Florida, and we got in, or I got into this in the early 1990s in Miami, Florida. At that point, was so riddled. But I mean, there was, one thing we run into a lot there. There was a lot of pornography was produced in South Florida, and it it really fallen with the wrong crowd, and
Hmm.
and I got they got a couple of good reviews. The next thing you know, they're blowing $100 every day and all that stuff. It's like, I mean, it's so easy with acting to
Yes.
You've got to
Um,
remember that.
I'm going to get into the next question, and you kind of spoke to it a little bit earlier in your interview, but I'm going to ask you the question, what challenges did you overcome on your journey?
Well, oh, um, there's been, I mean, the whole voice problem, the whole stutter thing was, and because of that, I'm still actually, compared to what I look like, I'm actually very shy. I mean, I still, for every time, I still get, I was, before we start this, you know, so that, um, that I still do it. Um, and then the way it goes when you start with like you might get 10 things, like one right after the other. You know, so is there anything going on? It's like, no, we'll call you, and you get that.
Hmm.
It's very easy to encourage this. Uh, but no, it's funny because talk about like that, one of the wants what is their option now. So it, it, it's it's a constantly evolving thing. Like when that one obstacle, then there's one right behind. I mean, I actually had to dance in the middle of this, and I actually blew my left hip.
Wow.
Oh, it was bad. It was, and I the rest. And I mean, I was with the guys, like lifting the girls and all of that stuff. I was doing with what felt like a red hot knife going into the back of my leg. I had a lot of friends who really went down the wrong path. It was Miami, Florida, cocaine, all that. A very dear friend of mine, a girlfriend, she got so messed up with drugs. And and I had my own feelings to that, but I never. But I'm very grateful that I pulled out of it before it got that.
Hmm.
But that was a constant thing. I mean, there was there was I remember being in one show and from on stage smelled a pop. Um, so there's a lot of that as far as just don't fall in with that stuff. Don't and just work. And remember why you do this. Remember you're important and perseverance because it's very easy to get discouraged. So there's all that.
Hmm. Okay. The next question, and before I even get to the next question, I have to commend you on your longevity in this business and hearing the just the things that you've overcome and your friends that you lost, and it kept you grounded in your work. I have to give you your flowers and just tell you you've overcome so much.
Thank you, thank you. It's been rough. I will not lie. There's been some points. It has been rough. Um, but I'm so grateful for my wife. I'm so grateful for my daughters. I'm so grateful for all of the cats we had. They kept me grounded. Like why why this you know why I keep trying to go out and take jobs and mortgage. That's the thing I never left. And my wife is always um her improvisation continually keeps. My wife is also a writer. Both 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 of the girls are writers. My youngest is a very good writer, and coming to me with dad concept. Hey, Dad, what of this? Or my wife will say, okay, so what if we took one exercise, you know, sort of coupled it with this other acting. I said, what that must that oh, let's try this. So it's never it's never left. It's never left.
Yes. The next question is, what strategies did you use first to market your business?
Well, that's an ongoing thing. That's social media is one. One thing I will say, we're actually gonna be shooting some video this coming weekend. And one of that I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start reading Shakespearean sonnets and
Yes.
on a TikTok. And so there's that. One thing, my wife working in a corporate nonprofit as long as she gets networks like crazy. So, really been very good at getting myself into these situations, going around the, just telling the story. Um, and one thing that really helps a lot, uh, when be it through the medium or face to face or whatever, um, actually shutting up and listening, that helps immensely. That helps immensely. Um, I but my wife really understands the marketing of it way better than I do.
Hmm.
Uh, so I go, "This- we should get this and this," and I'm like, you're probably right about that, but just and one thing I'll say also, just as far as strategy is concerned, one thing that we're trying to do is take the whole idea of improvisation, things like that. How many other people that have nothing to do with acting, who else would benefit? And the idea of it is we try to take people and at the basis of it all, take what you got in here, and how can you get out of your mouth and into the world? And how many different types of people could that benefit? I mean, as I said, we've had salespeople, we've had politicians, I think about police officers have to do a lot of acting, teachers, coaches. Um, if you've ever worked in a professional kitchen, you have loudly and clearly all day long. So voice training is really good for there's so many ways that you can take this, and
Yes.
and not just the people who want to act and they want to get on stage or they want to get in front of the camera or whatever. But that has been a big part of the marketing strategy so far of how many people can we help with this? How many people can we enrich with this that have no desire to get on stage, that have no desire to get in front of a camera? So that's a big part of the strategy, and quite frankly, that's going to be an ever evolving thing.
Yes.
How many people could we help with this? How many
Yes.
people would benefit?
I would definitely tell you you're going to enjoy TikTok. I do a lot of promoting for the show on TikTok. And TikTok, it's definitely something new
Hmm.
for the market, but it's very much growing and it's very popular
Hmm.
right now. Definitely do not miss any opportunity to get on TikTok and blow that shit away.
Yeah, no, because I do. I mean, back in the day, I put a lot of work into stuff like Shakespeare and you know and Moliere and all those guys. You know, the reason that stuff still that those productions still get picked years later is because the stories are just so good. And be able to take those stories, put it within the medium of something that it did, of all things that it did that was so terrible, uh, did get people to use this medium. And I think they start taking that this putting those really great stories in there. I mean, Lear is an amazing show. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, I'll just go off on a small tangent really quick, but at the center we were at, they had outside of the room that we were in, they had this bookshelf. I'm walking along, and the bookshelf was clear, and I went, the storm scene. I have done this once in college, and we were doing this interpretation exercise with the students is to where somebody gets up and reads. story or they do something, and then everybody just, acts it out physically. And so I got up there. I hadn't done this monologue in, I don't know, 25 years or something. And it all came back, and I'm up there, like, full on, blow winds, break your cheeks, rage. And it's awesome. Like 8 and 9 year olds like doing creative dance to me, yelling my fool head off. It was amazing.
Yes.
So how can we take this and bring it into people's lives? Even if I have no desire to be an actor.
Yes, it's exciting. I want to continue to just send you all of the love and energy I have and congratulate y'all on the success that's coming.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
the next question, which is a perfect segue for what I just said, how do you define success?
Um, to me, true riches are having what you need when.
Hmm.
I work with people who have a lot of money. Most of the time, I don't think I have. Do you have a support system? You know, uh, at your health, physically and mentally. Don't you got problems? Um, but I just and I'm not. I don't belong to one religion or the other, but to me, the whole idea of there's thing in Buddhism that says true wealth is what you need when you need it. You may not necessarily have what you want, and sometimes that's good. But have what you need when you need it. You have your health. You have people that love you as much as you love them. That's success. Me.
Love that. And the final question, and then we're going to get into candy or corn.
Okay.
What's the best advice you can give someone thinking about starting a business or pursuing their dreams?
Never forget why you're doing this in the first place. If you don't love it, don't do it.
Yes.
Again, I've known people, and I used to work for a company at one point that the owners made a lot of money. They were some of the most miserable, alcoholic, smoking human beings. They hated coming. I mean, they hated driving to work. Don't be that person.
Hmm.
Don't forget why you did this. And the thing I will say also, in terms of that, um, I'd say probably 80% of the people who come to us with acting, 80% of on they're focused on something, and you got to figure out what you do have control of. Don't are trying to control the stuff you have no control over. Aware of it, but focus on. You got to focus on what you can't be. You can't be saying, well, I only had like a professional $100 set of life this day. Like, no, work with what you have right in front of you. To me, creativity is using what you have in front of you, not waiting around for what you have. You know, that's what I say.
I love that. I love that. And the reason why I love it so much is because you just literally said something that I'm living. I have to work with everything I have here.
Hmm.
It's my laptop with the theme music and my transcript. It's my tablet right here. It's this ring light right here. It's using what's available, the resources I have at hand to make the show possible. And it's I do the show for y'all. It's for all of my guests who come through here because you're dropping jewels for people who need to hear these things. And again, you said remember why you're
Hmm.
doing this. And when I started this was just a way to promote my brand. It was just a way to promote my brand in the beginning, and then it became bigger. I wanted to help promote business owners, artists,
Hmm.
and see how we can enhance their lives and enhance what they do. And I found my purpose here. And my purpose led me all the way to you, Max. It led all the way to James Joffrin with his acting workshops. It led me to us being in this moment right now because I never took my eye off of why am I doing this?
Hmm.
How can I be of service to others?
Yeah. By doing what you love,
Yes.
you know. And as far as James goes, I love the fact that he's doing classes. I wish our schools weren't so
Hmm.
one up against the other because I mean I would love to sit in with James more often, and the schedule is not really permitted. But I think it's so cool that he does that stuff. And
Yeah.
one thing they also just one little thing is improvisation, the basic thing to learn if you have an improvisation really good. One of the first things they say is my job is to make you look good and you look good. And when you have a group full of people, then that's when everybody has that same mentality. They're on that same wavelength. There is nothing you.
Yes. You know his workshop. He's starting another workshop July the 25th.
I know.
And I'm promoting it here on the show because as a graduate from that workshop, I want to see how much more he can do and how much more he can bring to the table and all of the other actors in training who need that work. They can go to someone who can give them what they need.
I mean, I've only ever known through this, through Zoom and so forth. But he just comes across as just very, and he's not doing this to, get rich and famous and
No.
put up on a press. Like there's honestly
Yes.
what he's doing and why he's doing it, and in that way, I just, you know, I I love the guy. My full support. I will, um, anytime that I've ever talked to him, just the most
Mhm.
genuinely positive people, that
Yes, definitely. Well, with that being said, we're going to get into candy or corn.
oh boy, okay,
All
here we
right. So, y'all, if y'all are watching at home, we're about to play candy or corn. Y'all can get in on the game if y'all hear a candy that you would like or don't like. Y'all can either comment in the comment section, candy or corn. Max, I'm gonna ask you about these candies.
go. Okay,
And if you'd eat these candies, you can say candy. If you will not eat these candies, you can say corn.
I love corn. I love
So this should be interesting to
ever
say the
had
least.
sweet corn, you have to try Mexican corn. It is the best thing. So anyway,
Okay, cool. The first candy up is Gobstopper.
I don't even know what that is. So I guess corn.
Okay, it's a jawbreaker.
Oh yeah, no, corn.
Okay, the next
I,
candy is
you know,
100 grand.
I remember those. Yeah, those were good. Corn. I mean, yeah, those were like the crispy rice and the caramel covered in chocolate. Those things,
Yes.
those things were awesome. Those things were awesome.
Okay, candy corn.
No, no. No.
The next candy is Rolo.
Are those the little things? It's like a toffee covered in chocolate thing, and they're like that big.
Yes.
Candy. Yep, definitely.
The next candy is Heath Bar.
Is that like the toffee and chocolate thing? Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good one with like a cup of coffee. Yeah, those are good. Definitely candy.
Okay, first guest to say that, like that. The next candy is Mike and Ike's.
I'm gonna say corn on that one. I think my kids would come home with like the Halloween candy, and I'm like, what is this artist? You know, and he's looking and going, that color just so corn on that
Mhm.
one.
I can accept that. The next candy is Mounds.
Yeah, can't, yeah. I am a dark chocolate person. Yeah.
Got
Yes.
it. Skittles.
No, that's a corn. However, but when I did see the message that you sent me, I will just say this: the first recipe that we ever got when our kids were little, that cat's name was Skittles.
Love
So
that. Love that. The next candy is Twix.
I'm not sure if they still make the peanut butter Twix, but if they make the peanut butter Twix, yeah, I can't eat that one.
Love that. And the final candy is gummy bears.
No, 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 no. Unless they have tea in them, then yes. But otherwise, no, no, no,
Got
no,
it.
no.
I absolutely love it. Thank you. That's candy or corn. Well, maximum
Yes,
max.
sir.
It has been great to hang out with you tonight. If you have any projects coming up or would love to have people follow you or contact you to be a part of what you do with your acting classes, this is the time to share that information. Let them know how they can follow you.
Sure. Okay. Probably the best way to do this is, to be totally honest with you, I am probably going to take it off Facebook. In the next time, but it's Max A Grimm, Max Karl. And we're just creative actors lab Instagram up, but that it's all one word, creative actors lab on Instagram. Aside from that, yeah, um, our the video project are definitely start. Um, so on TikTok, that will be forthcoming probably. Otherwise, probably to be. We have an election cycle coming up, and I just politics give me a headache, and everything got so nasty that I think I might be putting the brakes on Facebook as the election. You know, so yeah, Graham, Max Graham, Creative Actors Lab, and also I will say also for my daughter Danielle, she um, a, a digital reel for her the street that she wrote. That is it, and so if you go on the Damani official, Monis, wrote that whole wrote a whole working right now, and I can't think much about it right now, but there's very good, positive um, things happening with it that I'm not really that it's all good. It's all good, and we're very excited about it.
Okay, I am so proud of everything that you're doing. If you have flyers that you're going to be sharing on your social medias, do send those over here to a little tea time. I would do my best to promote what you're doing as well. So keep me in the loop on things, and I would definitely continue to promote here on a little tea time.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, yes. With that being said, Max, thank you for coming through tonight, Mr. Max Karl Grimm. It has been an honor and a pleasure to have you here tonight. You definitely are welcome back to a little tea time. You have a home here with us, and I look forward to all of your success with everything that's coming up. So,
May the long time sunshine upon all love surround and the pure light within you guide you.
thank you. It
You're
has
very
been a great night. Enjoy your night. Y'all going and celebrate this upcoming success.
happy birthday again.
Thank you. I'm about to get to go out, so I'm about to go and have some fun.
Have some fun, my friend. Stay safe, be well, and we'll talk soon.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. With that being said, you guys, this is tonight's show with my guest, Mr. Max Karl Graham. I gotta thank him again for coming through tonight. It's been such an honor and a pleasure. With that being said, we gotta wrap things up here. So I want to encourage you guys to get over to SaucySoniaSpices.com and check out her new cookbook, Chef Saucy's Pie Ass Cookbook, available right now on their website. So do not miss your opportunity to get over there and use my coupon code Lil Tea Tme, one word, and receive 5% off of your purchases when you shop at SaucySoniaSpices.com. You also have an opportunity to get over to Agora Borealis at 421 Lake Street and check out my books available there. You can check out the Coming Full Circle series, The Confessions of a Conceited Drama King, and Catching Up with Me, all available at the location. You can also check out my books available at Amazon.com, which is The Confessions of a Conceited Drama King, Catching Up with Me, and my new book, Quarantine Quest, which are all my books of poetry, as well as the Coming Full Circle series. Just type search Jarius, that's Jrayis, Dion, Deyond. And I got to thank you guys to all of my royal readers who supports the books. I cannot thank y'all enough for supporting the brand. It means a lot to me that y'all get out there, you get into the books, you read the books, that y'all are falling in love with the poetry, and that my work means something to you guys as much as it means to me. So thank y'all for that. Also, you guys can check me out on TikTok at the Jarius Dion. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Jarek, a King Among Men Thomas. And you can also check out a Lil Tea Tme on Spotify. Just type search A Lil Tea Tme on Spotify. Now, always looking for guests here on the show to continue to keep these conversations going, to continue to promote art, to continue to promote businesses. So do not hesitate to get in my inbox. You can inbox me here on my Facebook or on Instagram at the Jarius Dion. And remember the show's quote: opportunities knocking, you matter. Let's continue to build and go higher, Shreveport. And as I say after every single show, remember to be great on purpose and not by accident. The future is now. I am your host, Jarek, aka Jarius D, your favorite published author's favorite published author, and your host of A Little Tea Time. Until the next show, you guys enjoy y'all's weekends. Stay safe and stay well. I will see y'all later. Have a good one, Max.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Y'all ready? Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Oh yeah. Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Who listening? Welcome to Lil Tea Time. All right. Welcome to Lil. Welcome to Lil.
I'm about to call you.
Welcome to
I'm about to call you, Max.
Lil Tea Time. Welcome to Lil Tea Time.
Oh, good night, Mom. I love you too. I'll talk to y'all later.